documentary evidence.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Is Mr. Froilan Tristisa here? Meron po tayo ditong offer immunity sa inyo na kung ano man ang sasabihin nyo dito sa kapulungan ito ay hindi maaaring gamitin sa inyo. Ang kondisyon lamang po ay dapat pawang katotohanan lamang ang dapat niyong sabihin. Tinatanggap po ba ninyo itong offer of immunity ni Speaker Pantaleon Alvarez?
Just for the record, sino bang, do you have a lawyer? Will you please stand up and to be recognized, state your name please.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman and the members of this honorable committee. I am Attorney Demetriu Huerta from the Public Attorney's Office, Your Honor. I will be the counsel for Mr. Tristisa.
So please assist your counsel, your client with respect to this grant of immunity.
Mr. Chair, I've reviewed the offer of immunity pero parang mayroong kaunting typographical error. Instead of Tristisa, the letter is Frestisa. In other words, napalitan yung T ng F. So, may we be allowed to correct the misspelling and put the correct name?
How do we correct? Let us just enter this into the record that this witness and the one named is one and the same person.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So, the witness now ready to be sworn.
Pakitaas po ng kanang kamay at sumunod sa aking sabihin. Ako, pakisabi po ng pangalan.
Froilan Tristisa,
Ay buong pusong
nanunumpa
na magsasabi
na magsasabi
ng katotohanan, buong katotohanan at pawang katotohanan lamang. Kasihan ako ng Diyos.
May I proceed, Mr. Chair?
Please, Mr. Secretary.
Ginoong Froilan Tristisa. Meron
Offer
ka ba-
po na, offer, Mr. Secretary. Yung purpose for...
Your Honor, we are offering the testimony of the witness to testify on the illegal drug trade inside the National Bilibid prison. May I proceed, Ginoong Tristisa? Meron ka bang ginawang sinumpang salaysay bago ka tumating dito sa kapulungan ito?
Yes, sir.
Pinakikita ko sa iyo ang isang dokumentong may pinamagatang sinumpang salaysay na mayroong 4 na pahina at minarkahan bilang Exhibit Q hanggang Exhibit Q-4B. Pakibasa mo lamang po ito at sabihin sa galang-galang na kapulungan kung ito nga yung sinumpang salaysay na sinasabi mo. Yes, nasa report mo. exhibit. The Q4B, Q4C. So, pwede bang permahan mo yung mga Xerox, katabi ng Xerox sa copy ng mga pirma mo? Yung 4 na pahinang yan? Your Honor, may we request that the 4 new signatures of the witness be marked, the first page be marked as Exhibit Q4-C. The signature in the second page be marked as Exhibit 4-D. The signature appearing on page 3 be marked as Exhibit 4E. And the signature appearing on the last page, page 4, be marked as Exhibit Q-4F.
Please mark it.
The document has been marked, Mr. Chair, and the witness is ready.
Okay, Mr. Witness, Mr. Trestisa,
Excuse me, Mr. Chair, there is another witness which we want to first to be sworn.
sino yan?
Mr. Hans Tan, and may we request that he be called inside.
Nandyan na ba siya sa loob? Hindi ba?
Nandun pa po sa holding room.
Later na lang, we proceed with the, with Mr. Witness Trestisa. No? So, okay, Mr. Trestisa, will you please read into the records for the benefit of the members and all others who are watching this hearing, the contents of your sinumpang salaysay. Pakibasa ko anong nilalaman itong sinumpang salaysay mo.
Ako, si Froilan Poy Lacson Trestisa, Pilipino, nasa 8 gulang, may asawa, kasalukuyan nakapit sa New Bilibid Prison, Bureau of Corrections, Muntinlupa. Nang matapos na makapanumpa na naayon sa batas ay nagsasaad ng mga sumusunod. Ako po ay nakulong sa Makati City Jail mula noong 2002 hanggang 2007 sa salang kidnapping. Noong taong 2007 nalipat na po ako sa New Bilibid Prisons. At noon naman pong Pebrero, taong 2013, nilipat po ako sa San Ramon Prison and Penal Farm sa Zamboanga City. Sa kasalukuyan ay naibalik na po ako sa Medium Security Compound, NBP. Noong ako po ay nasa NBP, nakapiit, nagsilbi po ako na pinuno o commander ng Batang City Jail o BCJ. Isa sa mga malaking pangkat dito sa loob ng Bilibid mula Abril 29 ng taong 2011 po hanggang sa katungkulan na ito hanggang sa ako ay maitapon sa Zamboanga City noong taong 2013. Na nakilala ko si Danilo Rico Martinez bilang isang religious volunteer organization pastor noong panahon pa ni former Bureau of Corrections Director Oscar Calderon. Si Martinez ay naging kasangkapan sa pagkakatanggal ng dating Director Ernesto Jokno. Matapos ang pagkatanggal ni Director Jokno, si Martinez ay nagumpisa ng magpakilalang consultant ni dating DOJ Secretary at kasalukuyang Senadora Laila M. De Lima. Si Martinez ay nakasama minsan ni De Lima sa pagbisita sa Maximum Security Compound. 2 beses po sinabi ni Martinez sa akin na dadating sa NBP si Secretary De Lima at 2 beses din po itong nangyari. Kung kaya't naniniwala ako sa kanya na talagang malapit siya kay Secretary. Bago umupo bilang Bucor Director si Godencio Pangilinan, nakausap kong personal ng 2 beses Secretary de Lima sa loob ng maximum security compound at inilapit ko sa kanya ang mga hinaing ng kapwa ko preso at ang tungkol sa aming representative sa Kakusa Party List. Nang matapos na nang si Martinez ay magpakilalang consultant ni De Lima, nagsimula na siyang manghingi sa akin ng halagang 10,000 piso hanggang 20,000 piso para daw sa opisina. Humingi po ako ng tulong sa aking kasama, Pambatang City Jail, upang makalikom ng nasabing halaga. Ito ay aking ginawa upang hindi sumama ang tingin ni Martinez sa aming pangkat at para din hindi niya kami pag-initan. Ang halagang ito ay dinideposito sa ilang Banco de Oro bank account. Bukod pa po dito ang mga personal na patawag at bisita ni Martinez sa NBP, kung saan ay tumatanggap siya ng 30,000 piso hanggang 50,000 piso mula kay Russell Murillo na sekretary ng BCJ na inuutusan niya na manghingi sa mga mapeperang bilanggo o miyembro. Naging sunod-sunod na ang paghihinging ito at dumalas ng 2 hanggang 3 beses na sa isang buwan niya ito ginagawa mula noong Mayo taong 2011 hanggang Nobyembre taong 2011. Mas malala pa, hindi lang ako bilang bosyo ng BCJ ang hinihingan niya. Humihingi pa rin siya sa ibang kasamahan ko sa pangkat. At noong November 2011, hindi na po namin nakayanang magbigay pa sa kanya, kung kaya't sumama na ang tingin sa amin ni Martinez. Bandang Hunyo o Hulyo po ng taong 2011, nang may talagang Bucor Director si Godencio Pangilinan, maganda po ang pagpapatakbo niya sa NBP nung siya'y nanungkulan. Napalitan po siya ni Director Manuel Co na patas at maayos din po ang pamamalakad. Ngunit nung Nobyembre taong 2012, si Director Co ay napalitan ni Rafael Marcos Ragos bilang OIC Director. Sa panahong ito po, lumutang ulit si Danilo Martinez. Habang ineskortan ng mga opisyal ng Bucor noong unang linggo ng Nobyembre taong 2012, pinagbantaan ako ni Martinez. Ang sabi niya sa akin, ano na ngayon, Poy? Wala na ang direktor mo, pero ako consultant pa rin ni SOJ. Saan mo ba gustong matapon? Wala naman po akong magawa at wala rin po akong laban sa kanya sapagkat ako ay preso lang. Kaya't minabuti akong makapag-ayos sa kanya. Dito niya ako muling hininga ng 10,000 piso upang hindi naman po ako mapatapon at mapalayo sa aking pamilya. Sinikap kong makalikom ng halagang ito at binigay kay Martinez. Ang problema lang ay nakalipas ng ilang araw, ulit na namang humingi si Martinez sa akin ng 10,000 piso. Hinanapan ko na naman po ito ng paraan upang makapagbigay sa kanya dahil na rin sa takot na mapalayo sa aking pamilya. At matapos ang grenade throwing incident, ako at lahat ng kasama kong bosyo sa pangkat ay inilipat sa medium security compound at isa-isang inimbestigahan ng mga taga-NBI. Ang lubos na pinagtatakahan at kinasasama ng loob ko ay ako ang idinidiin ni Danny Martinez na umano'y may kinalaman sa nasabing pangyayari. Noon siya ay aking nakita malapit sa Director's Office. Ako ay kanyang pinagsalitaan ng, tapos ka na ngayon at may paglalagyan ka sa akin. Ang kapatid mo at si Russell Murillo ay pinabartulin ako na rin. Ako ay nabigla sa kanya sinabi, dahil parang sa tono ng kanyang pananalita, na ako ay talagang may kinalaman sa insidente. Siya din ay nakikialam sa pag-iimbestiga ng isinasagawa ng NBI sa pamamagitan ng pagdidikta at pagkakalap ng mga pekeng testigo parang ako ay idiin sa nasabing kaso. Matapos ang nasabing investigasyon, ako ay nakipag-ugnayan sa aking kaibigan na isang dating NBI agent na si John Hera. Nagpatulong po ako sa kanya na kung maaari ay magpapunta ng NBI agent dito sa Bilibid upang maisiwalat ko ang mga iligal na pinagagawa ni Danny Martinez at mapaabot ito sa kaalaman ni Secretary de Lima. Noong ika-3 linggo ng Disyembre taong 2012, matapos na mailipat na sa maximum security compound ang ilan naming kasamahan na nabartulina sa medium security compound, ako ay binalitaan ni Hera at nagsabing nakausap daw niya si June Ablen. Si Ablen ay malapit kay nooy OIC Bucor Director Rafael Marcos Ragos. Ang sabi ni Ablen sa akin ay pinagbibigay daw ako ni OIC Ragos ng 200,000 piso kung gusto ko daw na mailipat ako sa maximum security compound. Ayon kay Ablen, sinabi daw ni Ragos na ang magdidesisyon ng aking paglipat ay si De Lima. Ako po ay humingi ng tulong sa aking magulang at mga kapatid para maibigay ang hinihinging halaga ni Ragos sa akin. Sa pamamagitan ng aking kapatid at ni Hera ay naiabot ang nasabing halaga kay June Ablen noong Disyembre 19, 2012. Dagdag ni Hera, sabi din daw ni June Ablen na ayon kay Ragos, susunduin daw ako mula sa medium security compound at ihahatid sa maximum security compound bilang patunay na natanggap na niya ang pera. Noong Disyembre 22 taong 2012, nangyari nga po ang pangakong pagsundo sa akin ni Ragos at ni June Ablen. Kung kaya't siguradong natanggap na ni Ragos ang 200,000 piso na hiningi niya. Noong unang linggo ng Enero taong 2013, pinatawag po ako sa Director's Office ng NBP. Ngunit ako ay inihatid sa conference room. Pagkadating ko po doon ay nagulat na lang po ako nang makita ko ang higit kumulang 20 high-profile inmates sa loob. Kami po ay isa-isang pinatawag papuntang Director's Office, kung saan ay nakita ko doon sa loob ng opisina si June Ablen at si Director Rafael Marcos Ragos ng Bureau of Corrections. Ang sabi po ni Ragos sa akin, "Poy, lingguhan magbigay ka ng 100,000 kay June. Kunin mo ang number ni June kapag ready nang kunin ang pera para maihabol sa kota." Biyernes kada linggo itinakda ang pagbibigay kay Ablen ng halagang 100,000 piso. Nakapagbayad pa po ako ng halagang ito kay Ablen noong unang 2 linggo. Ngunit hindi na po ako nakapagbayad noong pangatlo dahil na ang nilalapitan kong mga miyembro ng aming pangkat ay pinatatawag niya na rin at hinihingian. Doon na po ako ipinatapon sa Zamboanga City. Pinatapon din ang aking kapatid na si Mark Anthony Trestiza at pati na rin si Russell Murillo, na kasama kong pilit dinidiin ni Martinez sa grenade throwing incident. Ang salaysay na ito ay aking ginawa upang patotohanan ang mga nakasaad dito. Hindi po ako tinakot, pinilit o pinangakuan ng kahit anumang pabuya para gawin ang salaysay na ito. Bilang patunay ng lahat ng ito, ako ay lumagda sa ibaba nito ngayong ika-15 na September taong 2016 dito sa lungsod ng Muntinlupa. Froilan Lacson Trestiza, nagsalaysay.
Maraming salamat, Poy Trestiza. Meron ka pang gusto idagdag bago natin tawagin yung susunod na witness?
Meron po.
Ano po yun?
Kahapon po nanonood po ako ng hearing po dito sa Congress. At sumingit po ang privilege speech ni Secretary de Lima na sinasabi niya na nananawagan daw po sa human rights para imbestigahan ang mga nangyayari sa mga preso sa Bilibid. At sinabi niya rin po that during her tenure as CHR chairperson that she have conducted an investigation about DDS o Davao Death Squad. Bakit po ito nangyayari na hindi niya ginawang imbestigahan ang mga naging anomalya ng Kakusa Party List na ipinresenta ko sa kanya noong 2011, na ang Kakusa Party List na yan ay hindi at walang ginawa sa amin sa Bilibid, na kung saan kami at ang mga dalaw namin, ang mga bilanggo na nasa jail, ang constituents niyan. Nakadalawang termino ho yan. Pero kahit na kailan ho, sa mga nakulong na senador natin, na Senador Bong, Senador Jinggoy at ilang congressman na kinasuhan, hindi ko nakita na kinasuhan ang Kakusa Party List sa katauhan ni Congressman Ranulfo Canonigo At itong Kakusa party list na ito ay tinatag ni Romeo Halusos sa maximum security compound noong 2007 na unang tumakbo itong party list na ito. Ilan po?
Maraming salamat sa karagdagan mong pahayag. Witness, meron pa?
Nakalimutan ko lang po. Actually, isang bagay po
Todo mo na.
na nananawagan po na sinasabi niya na baka daw po kami pinilit. Baka raw po kami ay pinangakuan o pinilit. Hindi po ako galing Bartolina. Hindi po ako galing isolation cell. Galing ako po sa Zamboanga Penal Farm. At ako po ay inmate teacher doon at reformation staff sa prison farm po na yon. Kung tutusin, maayos po ang aking katayuan doon. Ako po ay voluntaryo na nakilahok sa investigasyon na ito upang isiwalat ang matagal ko nang naiintindihan na kabulastugan na pinagagawa ni Rafael Marcos Ragos hanggang sa sinasabi nga na may kinalaman si Secretary de Lima sa lahat din ng pangyayari sa amin.
So, tapos na? Okay, so, Mr. Secretary, what is your pleasure now?
Yes,
Please accompany the witness to the holding room para po makapasok yung panibagong witness na sino po ito, Secretary?
Mr. Chair, the next witness is Hans Anton Tan. May we request that he be
Anton Tan.
brought in.
Okay, so please escort the witness to the holding room, and then
Isang copy. Padala na
yung
natin.
si Mr. Tan to enter the room and be seated properly.
Ay, yung kanilang isabay na rin yung witness. Offer of immunity. Ayan. So, pagsabay na ito para isang dalawa.
Mr. Chairman, while waiting for the next witness, can we allow the other members who had registered to interpolate, probably to ask questions to
The Secretary. Sige.
taking advantage of the time?
Sige, so you have the floor, Majority Floor Leader.
No, this is, thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is important and relevant because I received a text from a highly respected member of the media. I will not name the person anymore, but she is from Rappler. And she brought to my attention the fact that in 2014, the CIDG under Director Magalong, who is here, was spearheading an operations in the Bilibid prisons. And unfortunately, may I read what she said para accurate tayo? Nandito na ba? Nasaan ba yun? He said that they were supposed to conduct an investigation, and then all of a sudden, hindi naman natuloy-tuloy at nawala na yung CIDG in the picture. So, since Director Magalong is here, Mr. Chairman, may we hear from him and kindly enlighten us about what happened on this matter?
General Magalong, you recognize.
Ano na?
Ito, just to lay the basis, ito po yung text sa akin. Hi, FYI, Oplan Galugas, December 2014, Bilibid raid led by the Lima was supposed to involve different agencies, including PNP, CIDG, then headed by Magalong. But in the end, police were left in the dark and NBI became lead unit. Supposedly, even PIDEA was excluded. Only K9s were part of operation. So, you may ask, General Magalong, who's part of the hearing, he was part of the initial planning to raid Bilibid. So, kindly enlighten us, Director.
Mr. Chair,
You may go ahead.
Mr. Chair, Mr. Chair. No, Mr. Last night I asked
Kong
that,
Rami.
last night I asked that question. Unfortunately, Director Magalong was not present anymore, and nobody could answer that question. That plan was known as Co-Plan Cronus. Nobody among our resource persons knew about that when I asked that question. Why? Because it would explain or it would present a situation wherein the first plan was planned by the CIDG with the Secretary of Justice knowing about it and was aborted. And later, according to the report of the majority floor leader, it was the raid was performed by another unit. So I just wanted to know last night why was this so? Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chairman, in the
Please go.
interest of why Director Magalong was not there anymore in the afternoon, he approached the chair and I and begged leave because of that Saudi incident where his presence was needed. Yung akala nila may hijacking.
Hijack.
So he had to rush there and ask permission.
Thank you. Please proceed, Sandigan Class 82, General Magalong.
Mr. Chair, Your Honor, distinguished members of the committee, magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat. Ako po si Director Magalong, the Acting Deputy Chief PNP for Operations. Noong December 2013, talaga po akong head po ng CIDG. And on January 2014, we started our operational research and case build-up on 3 groups of PNP officers and non-commissioned officers who are involved in Agaw Bato. Ito pong Agaw Bato na to, this is actually an illicit activity of these officers under the guise of a legitimate anti-drug operation. Ang ibig kong sabihin rito, magpapailo sila ng, to make it legitimate, magpapailo sila ng isang pre-operational report sa PIDEA at ilo-launch na po nila yung kanilang operation. Pag nakuha na po nila yung Chinese drug trafficker o kaya any big-time drug trafficker, pag nakuha na po nila yung drugs, ang gagawin po nila, dadalhin na po nila sa safe house. Along the way, pag nasita po sila ng ibang mga agencies, law enforcement agencies, ipapakita ho nila na it's a legitimate operation by presenting the document. Pag hindi na ho nasita, dire-diretso na po sa safe house nila at doon na po paghahatian at recycle yung drugs at ibebenta po yan na fast break. In some instances, ang ginagawa po nila, magkakandak po sila ng raid. Again, this is covered by a legitimate pre-ops document. At doon sa raid na yon, hahatiin na nila yung malaking loot. Let us say 100 kilograms, i-declare lang nila na 39 kilograms, yung iba ipapas break na ho nila. At the same time, yung Chinese national na mahuhuli, ipapatubos pa ho nila yan, parang ikikidnap po nila yan. At ipapatubos nila yan. Kukuha sila ng ibang Chinese national at palalabasin na yun nahuli na Chinese national. By March, we filed a search warrant against one of my CIDG office in Pampanga. Nireid ho namin yung sarili naming CIDG office at nahuli nga po namin yung officer ho doon, yung provincial officer ng CIDG. And at the same time, a month after that, we filed cases against yung mga officers ho ng Pampanga Police Operation, Pampanga Police Office dahil nga po dun sa isang particular raid wherein they misdeclared yung kanilang mga na-recover na drugs. And at the same time, yung Chinese national, na big-time na Chinese national, pinatakas po nila in exchange for a large sum of money at kumuha po sila ng ibang Chinese national to take his place. Again, ito pong grupo na to, na-filean na po namin ng case or cases. While we were doing our operational research, we found out na ang sources ho ng drugs, not necessarily yung pinanggagalingan ng droga, yung mga transaction ho nila, ang kadil ho nila rito, yung mga tao po sa loob ng Bilibid prison. So ang ginawa po namin, we started developing our own informants inside. Sometime ho ng May, dahil nga ho, napakalaki na po yung information na nadadal na kukuha ho namin, I sent a feeler to the secretary if I can personally meet with her. At pumayag naman po siya. So I, together with
Sino secretary? Can you be-
Secretary SILG po, former Secretary de Lima po.
Oh.
At nagpunta po kami sa office niya together with Senior Superintendent Bong Fajardo.
Sabi mo SILG, bakit?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, sir.
SOJ.
I'm OC, sir. Former SOJ, Secretary de Lima, who is now the Senator. Nag-usap po kami at present ko po yung aming findings sa kanya. I was also surprised na meron siyang isang whiteboard doon sa office niya na meron siyang link diagram tungkol din po sa nangyayari sa loob ng NBP. At may mga personalities po na nandoon. So what I did was to take a copy of that at pinagtugma po namin doon sa aming mga nasa file. And we are using a very, very expensive software para po i-create po itong mga link diagrams po na to. And we are calling this our matrices. Pagkatapos po nung personal na meeting ho namin sa kanya, before the end, sabi ko sa kanya, nag-propose po ako na, ma'am, kailangan po nating i-raid yung NBP. Dahil ito na po yung nangyayari. Ang sabi po niya sa akin, okay Benji, I will call for a high-level meeting. So, after a few weeks, nagpatawag po siya ng meeting. It's a high-level meeting attended only by a few officers and officials. Nandun po si General Kakdak, nandun po si Director Mendez, nandun po ako, and together with my staff and a representative from the ISAF. And unfortunately po, napasama po doon sa grupo si former Director Ragos. Pero nagulat din po si, nung nabanggit po na nasenyasan ko po si Secretary de Lima na bakit nandun si Director Ragos. Nakita ko po naman sa kanya na pati ho siya nagulat din. Bakit nga pala nandito to si Ragos? So in short po, napalabas ho siya doon and we started our brainstorming session. And again, ni-reiterate ko po yung aming proposal that it is about time, ma'am, na we have to raid NBP. Take actions against NBP. And we showed her several pictures. Several pictures ng mga kubol and yung mga link diagrams na na-create ho namin together with the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency. Dahil nag-uusap na po kami ni General Kakdak during that time. In one particular meeting, nagalit ho siya. Galit na galit siya nung nakita niya yung picture ng kubol ni Kulangko at gusto na niyang sugurin yung kubol ni Kulangko. Mabuti na lang, he was prevented by Director Mendez. Sabi ni Director Mendez, ma'am, baka ma-compromise po yung ating operation. So in short po, ang napag-usapan po namin during that meeting was to, come up with a joint planning session. So we had 4 very discrete planning sessions in PIDEA. Dahil nga napag-usapan ho namin during that meeting ho with the Secretary na sinabi ko po na, ma'am, if I would recommend that PIDEA being the lead agency should head the planning session. So doon po kami nagkaroon ng planning session sa Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency. 4 times po kami nag-meeting doon. Very, very discrete planning session. That was about July. Sunod-sunod po yan. Almost every week kami nagpa-planning session. In one particular planning session, dahil kailangan na po na maimbita na po namin si General Bukayo, because initially, napag-usapan po namin nila Secretary de Lima na wag munang isama po si General Bukayo, who was then the head of the NPP, Bucor. Bucor ho pala. But there was a time na sinabi ko kay Secretary, ma'am, I need to invite General Bukayo kasi kailangan ho namin yung cooperation niya rito sa aming plano. So pagka-imbita ho namin kay General Bukayo, General Bukayo manifested na kung pwede, wag ituloy yung raid. Sabi niya, Benji, mahihirapan kayo dyan. Ang dami ho niya binanggit na mga negative, na mga manifestations. But nevertheless, we prevailed. Sabi ko, sir, itutuloy namin ito. Tutuloy namin ito. So again, natapos na ho namin yung planning session na yon. Nagpatawag huli ng isang meeting si Secretary de Lima at binanggit nga ho namin sa kanya, ito na po yung progress nung planning session. And it will now be a joint letter of instruction. Ang problema ho ngayon is General Kakdak, sabi ho niya na ayaw na niya maging ground commander. Si General Bukayo ayaw din ho mag-ground commander. So sabi ko, ma'am, if they refuse to be the ground commander, I am volunteering to become the ground commander. Sige Benji, pag-uusapan namin. And at the same time, pagbalik ko po sa Kamkrame, in one particular meeting with the former Secretary of the Interior and Local Government, Secretary Rojas, nabanggit ko po sa kanya na there is an ongoing planning session para po dun sa isang malaking operation sa NBP. And it will be a joint letter of instruction that will be signed by the former SILG and the former SOJ. So naghihintay po kami ng next na patawag. But sometime in September po, nagpunta po sa office ko si 2014, sir. 2014, Your Honor. Mr. Chair. September 2014, nagpunta po si General Bukayo at si General Villasanta, who is then the head of the PAO. At kinausap po ako sa aking office sa CIDG at binanggit ho nila na, Benji, kung pwede, huwag mong ire-raid yung NBP. At sabi ko, bakit sir, hindi natin ire-raid? And nakita doon naman sir ang development doon sa loob. Sabi ni General Bukayo, Benji, mamamatay ako. Delikado ako dyan. Sabi niya sa akin. So nagkaroon sir kami ng discussion, arguments. And finally, sabi niya, Benji, baka pwede, sir, hindi sir ako makakapag-decide dyan. Ang pinakamagaling sir na magde-decide dyan, maayos na mag-decide dyan is the Secretary of the Justice. Kung ayaw niyong iparade. Benji, baka pwede mo ako i-set up na meeting. Sabi ko, sir, boss niyo, sir, directly si DOJ. Bakit ako, sir, ang magsa-set up na meeting? Sabi niya, Benji, baka pwedeng ikaw na lang mag-set up. O sige, sir, ako, sir, magsa-set up na meeting ninyo. So, tinawagan ko, sir, si Secretary de Lima at sinabi ko nga na kung pwede, makausap niya si General Bukayo. So, after that, sir, nag-usap, sir, sila. Kami naman, nagpe-prepare na, sir, kami. So, we came up with another case operation plan. By the way, sir, yung original plan ng CIDG that was crafted in April 2014 was Case Operation Plan Cronus. We called it the Case Operation Plan Cronus. Nung nagpe-prepare na kami for the implementation nung LOI, we came up with Operation Plan Cronus to Case Operation Plan Cronus. That was already in October because we were expecting, sir, na magkakaroon na, sir, ng approval nung LOI. And we waited. Hanggang nalaman ko na lang po ng December, bigla na sila nagplaplano na magre-raid na sila. So tinanong ko, sir, yung PIDEA kung kasali sila. Pati, sir, yung mga contact namin sa PIDEA, nagtataka sila, bakit magkakaroon ng raid ng NBP na wala na kami kasama, hindi na kami kasali. So again, sir, naghihintay, sir, kami. And finally, sir, nag-conduct sila ng raid na bakit nawala na kami sa picture. And at the same time, yung Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, ang pinadala lang po sa kanila na request, K9 na lang po. So that is what happened po. That is the background of what happened during that particular, supposedly, sir, yung case operation plan, implementation of the case operation plan Cronus. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you for that. The floor is still with Congressman Rudy Parinas.
I was really startled when I got this information because if I look at the affidavits of these witnesses that we have here, yung timeline nagsasabay. Yung kabayaran pa ng as early as 2012, 2013, pagkatapos ng 2014 na hinihingan na, and then all of a sudden, pumapasok na ito si Sebastian at siya na yung nagmamando-mando doon, humihingi ng pera, and then nagka-raid ng December of 2014, wala na itong planners, na sa kanila nag-umpisa itong plano, wala na, nilipat yung iba, naiwan yung si Sebastian doon at namayagpag palalo doon. So, yun ang mga parang nakikita ngayon, but we will follow this. And do you still have something to add, Director, na baka relevant dito or for the record po, ito po yung Director Magalong na nag-imbestiga sa Mama Sapano. Kung makita niyo po yung medalya niya, wala kayong makitang opisyal na ganyang kadaming medalya, parang condominium sa taas po nung kanyang medalya. He is the most senior PNP officer.
The best one.
Please, Director. Yung Director po is 2-star general po sa pulisyan.
Mr. Chair, Your Honor,
please,
I forgot to mention that the concept of the operation was that, kung napapansin nyo, yung NBP was actually divided into 2 cells, yung carcel, 4 sectors, pero yung 2 sector carcel, yung 2 sector presidio. The concept of operation is that CIDG together with select members of NCRPO will raid carcel side, yung kay Kulangko, and PIDEA and NBI will raid presidio, yung kay Sebastian. Isa rin ho sa mga proposal ko rin ho kay Secretary de Lima was then, ma'am, pagkatapos ho ng raid, kailangan po i-isolate sila. And I proposed that pag nag-isolate sila, dapat ang magwagwardya Special Action Force. So, sabi ho niya, Benji, saan natin dadalhin? Ma'am, nabanggit ho sa akin na mga taga-kilala ho namin sa NBP, sa Bucor, na pwede either sa Palawan o kaya sa Zamboanga. Pero hindi pa maayos yung mga facility doon. Pero meron akong 12 million sabi niya sa akin. Meron akong 12 million. Ma'am, baka pwedeng gamitin natin doon sa pag-ayos ng facility na yon. Para pag in-isolate na natin sila, talagang kaya na natin i-isolate. O tama, sabi niya. But unfortunately, nagulat na lang ako when they finished the raid na hindi na kami kasali, dinala sa NBI, hindi na nagamit yung napag-usapan na isolation sa area. So kami po talaga to be honest with you, kami po ng Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency talagang masama po talaga ang loob po namin doon.
Mr. Chair,
Maraming salamat. Before that, baka gusto ko lang kasi kahapon si Romy, si Congressman Acop, nandiyan pa ba? Satisfied ka na ba dun sa tanong mo na nandiyan si Director Magalong? Nasagot ba yung mga katanungan sa iyong kaisipan?
Mr. Chairman, I'll give the rest of my time to Director Romy Acop.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Mr. Majority Floor Leader. My sponsorship speech was, part of it was taken from the information that we have had insofar as the situation in the NBP is concerned. May I ask Director Magalong, if it's true that before you conducted these operations, your surveillance activities point to the fact that most of the uniformed personnel involved in drugs would report to the National Bilibid Prison?
Your Honor, Mr. Chair, totoo po yan. Karamihan po ng mga activities po ng mga ating mga law enforcers, lalo na po yung involved dun sa mga malalaking seizure, makikita po namin na lagi pong kumokonect dun sa loob po ng National Bilibid Prison.
And it is because of this reason that the CIDG thought of coming up with an operations plan so that you can, go after these operations in the NBP.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. And may I know who were the persons from the different agencies who were invited during the initial planning of what you call COPLAN Cronus?
Sir, Case Operation Plan Cronus was crafted purely for CIDG. That was the concept was that to gather more information, case build-up, and operational research before we present this to the before we come up with the joint planning session with the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency and the National Bureau of Investigation, Your Honor.
Excuse me. How do you spell Chromos? Yung O-plan na yan.
Your Honor, it is spelled C-R-O-N-U-S. Cronus po. C-R-O-N-U-S,
Please proceed.
Your Honor.
Benji, while I was still in the service, there's a reason why we call such operations as Cronus. Is there a reason why you chose the name Cronus?
Sir, kung in most cases, sir, yung ating mga tinatawag kasi, sir, kung Tagalog, galugad, yung mga bakal o plan bakal, masyadong obvious. Sobrang obvious, sir, yun na kung ano yung intention o kaya ano, sir, yung target. So we came up with one word na medyo, sir, deceiving. Is sort of deceiving para hindi, sir, kagad may connect, sir, sa aming plano dun sa National Bureau, sa NBP.
At the outset of your COPLAN Cronus, when you decided to involve other agencies of government, there were 4 major agencies of government that you involved. Tama po?
Yes, Your Honor.
And which are these agencies?
Your Honor, we have the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency under General Arturo Cacdac, the National Bureau of Investigation under former Director Mendez, of course, the Philippine Drug Enforcement, PNP, represented by the CIDG, and the ISAF, unfortunately, was then represented by Colonel Marcelino, Your Honor, and of course, the Department of Justice, Your Honor.
But in your planning, I believe General Ano was the ISAFED. Ano? Did he attend the meeting?
I don't remember, Your Honor. Pero nag-uusap po kami ni Ed Anyo, Your Honor. Nag-uusap po kami ni Ed Anyo.
How many meetings did these agencies concerned were conducted before you came up with your final SOI?
Your Honor, with the Secretary, nagkaroon ho kami ng 2 meeting. Doon sa joint planning session, we have about 4 meetings, Your Honor, at the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency.
And after this COPLAN was aborted or not taken into consideration by the former Secretary of Justice, did you ever have the occasion to ask the former SOJ why this plan was aborted when in fact from the very start she was aware of this plan being conducted?
Your Honor, pagkatapos po naming natapos yung LOI, after we finished crafting the LOI, we presented it to the Secretary in one top-level meeting. Sabi niya is, I will sign it jointly with the Secretary of the Interior Local Government because it will be a joint LOI. After that po, in a few occasions, we meet in a particular event, lagi ko po niya pinatanong ho sa kanya, ma'am, paano po yung ating operation? Kung wala po talagang tatayo, ako na po ang magiging ground commander. Sabi niya, hintay ka lang, Benji. Hintay ka lang, Benji.
Kong Akop, please wind up.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair.
You mentioned the name of General Frank Bucayo, General Villasanta. Both of them are classmates. Tama po?
Yes, Your Honor.
Tama. And the raid conducted after your plan was aborted, sino-sino po kaya yung mga matataas na tao na nagplano nun, if you know, Director Magalong?
When you're referring to the, if you're referring to the December raid, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, ang alam ko po, to my personal knowledge, ang involved po doon sa planning nila is General Bucayo, General Villasanta, of course, the SOJ was there, probably a representative from the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency because their K9 was involved, yung NCRPO was involved, and General Garbo, Your Honor.
Last question. Last question.
Please
Mr.
continue.
Chair. Ano po yung main force na ginamit sa operation na ito?
Your Honor, yung main force na ginamit po is NCRPO, Your Honor.
And
Special Action Force, Your Honor.
General Garbo, General Villasanta, and General Bucayo are all classmates.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you,
Mr. Chair.
Kong
Chair.
Akop. Just to clarify, this was the only reason why we recognized Congressman Akop is he posited this question last night and nobody could answer, and so we had to come back to this just to be able to satisfy all matters that we were unable to touch last night because of the urgent nature of or the need of Director Magalong to leave because of a very important matter to attend to. So anyway,
Mr. Chair, I think before we will proceed,
Secretary Aguirre, what is your pleasure, please?
Mr. Chair, Your Honors, napakalaki po ng epekto ng pahayag ni General Magalong. Alam po ba ninyo na yung pagpa-transfer nung 19 Bilibid ay December ginawa? So ito po yun, para to preempt.
Anyway, I'm sure the committee members have all of the documents with them, and ito po yung isa-summarize natin. Kanya siguro for the moment nandito na po yung sinuspend lang natin yung and I think this will be the last witness, no, for this afternoon. So I beg the indulgence of the members na if we can already proceed to this last witness so that we can already go to the interpellations after this witness, where we will call all of the 5 witnesses together to answer any and all interpellation of the members. So, sige po, Pidea, one last point here.
Mr. Chair, I just would like to clarify that when Director Magalong was asked who were the agencies involved in the planning for the December 15, 2014 raid in the NBP, Your Honor, he mentioned that PIDEA was probably one of the agencies involved. I have clarified this with our office, Your Honor, and I was informed that PIDEA was not involved in the planning of the Oplan Galugad conducted on December 15, 2014. PIDEA only received the request for K9 in the morning of December 15, 2014, Your Honor, on the day itself that the raid is to be conducted. For the record, Your Honor.
Pag yung sasubmit na tayo ng report. So, pati PIDEA is excluded.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, yung aso lang.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so, this is very unfortunate kasi ang problema doon sa Bilibid Prison ay yung drugs, no? At hindi natin maintindihan kung bakit hindi kasama ang PIDEA dito. Kanya nga yun ang tinatanong ko nung one time, tanong ko sa PIDEA, ano nangyayari sa inyo? Mando nyo ito and yet you don't know what's happening there inside. So now there is an explanation to this, but we will go back to this issue later during the period of interpellation. But for the meanwhile, let us just complete with our last witness. Sino itong witness? Mr. Tan, meron ka bang abogado? For the record, can you please stand up, Mr. Pañero?
Yeah.
Hindi po, yung abogado niyo po.
Mr. Chairman, Attorney Rigel Salvador from the Public Attorney's Office.
Attorney Rigel Salvador, please enter into the records. Mr. Secretary, please continue.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Hans Anton Tan, are you here?
Yes, sir.
Are you represented by a lawyer?
Yeah. Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
Pwede bang malaman yung pangalan ng abogado mo?
Attorney Rigel Salvador.
Mayroong ino-offer sa iyo ng immunity. Yung para kung anumang sasabihin mo dito sa kapulungan ito ay hindi magagamit sa iyo, laban sa iyo, saan mang kapulungan o saan mang forum. Ang kondisyon lamang po niyan ay magsasabi ka ng totoo at pawang katotohanan lamang. Tinatanggap mo ba yung offer of immunity ng ating Speaker Pantaleon Alvarez?
Yes, Your Honor.
Nakakaintindi? Okay. Dahil yan ay nasa English, naintindihan mo ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Maybe request for the swearing of the witness. For the witness to be sworn.
Please, Comsec, please administer.
Ako,
Sabihin po niyong pangalan, no?
Hans Anton Tan,
Ay taos-pusong nanunumpa
ay taus-pusong nanunumpa,
na magsasabi
magsasabi
ng katotohanan,
ng katotohanan,
buong katotohanan,
buong katotohanan,
at pawang katotohanan lamang.
at pawang katotohanan namin.
Kasihan ako ng Diyos.
Kasihan ako ng Diyos.
Please continue, Mr. Secretary.
Mr. Hans Anton Tan,
Yes, Your Honor.
meron akong ipapakita sa iyo
Yes, Your Honor.
na isang sworn statement.
Mr.
Na may-
Secretary, naipaliwanag na ba sa kanya yung immunity?
Opo, Mr.
Okay.
Chair,
Sige,
at
thank you.
tinanggap na raw po niya.
Thank you.
May dalawang pahina, 2 pages, consisting of 2 pages. And marked as Exhibit P up to P-2B. Pwede bang basahin ninyo at sabihin ninyo sa kapulungan ito kung yan yung affidavit o sinumpang salaysay na sinasabi mo?
Yes, it is.
Sa sworn statement na yan ay mayroong dalawang photocopy ng pirma mo. Maaari bang pumirma kang muli dun sa dalawang pirma mo sa page 1 at saka sa page 2?
Yes, Your Honor.
May we request that the two new signatures of the witness be marked as Exhibit 2B, 2B-2C in page 1 and Exhibit P-2D on page 2. Mr. Chair, we are offering the testimony of the witness to prove the following. That the raid conducted by the Bucor and of course by the Department of Justice happened on December 15, 2014. This coincides with the testimony of Director Magalong that they were left out when they raided the Bucor on said date. To show that the high-profile inmates were transferred on that date, December 15, 2014, to give a free hand or to make J.B. Sebastian the undisputed king of drug trade inside the Bilibid. And this happened. And this witness will also prove that there was kidnapping inside the NBP, presumably done by the NCRPO of the PNP, the Philippine National Police. That would be all, Mr. Chair, and the witness is ready.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. We now go to witness Tan. Mr. Tan, will you please read into the records for the benefit of the members and all of those who are viewed to this committee hearing the contents of your sinumpang salaysay or your sworn statement?
Yes, sir. I, Hans Anton Tan, of legal age, Filipino, an inmate in the New Bilibid prison with prison number N210P1320, after having been sworn in accordance with law, do thereby depose and say the following. I am serving a life sentence in MVP for the crime of murder. I've been here for the last 6 years since 2010. Before that, I was detained in Quezon City Jail since 2001 until my transfer to MVP. I'm a member of Sige Sige Commander Group under the leadership of J.B. Sebastian. I met Judge Adrian Dera, known to us as Judd, in the afternoon of December 15, 2014, the day that NBI raided MVP Maximum Security and took 19 inmates. Judd called me in the afternoon through a common friend. He introduced himself as a nephew and close in security of then Secretary Lila de Lima. I declined the phone call. After 10 months, about 10 months late after, which October 2015, when I got transferred to Building 14, he reestablished contact with me. This time, he told me he is now connected with the NCRPO raid under General Pagdilao. He came to visit me a couple times, and I was able to introduce him to Peter Ko and J.B. Sebastian. Sometimes on March 25th, 2016, Peter Ko was visited by his niece and niece's husband. After the couple left, he received a phone call saying that they are now under the custody of NCRP array. They claim that though no evidence was recovered, a test has come out positive. At first, they were demanding 5 million peso. I spoke to the man on the phone and told him we don't have that much money. Since Peter Ko cannot speak or understand Tagalog, he threatened to file charges against the couple and the companions. Jose Adrian Dera happened to call me, and I remember he is with a group, so I asked for his help. We huggled on the phone. After later that day, he called us and said that the group agreed to 1 million peso. Peter told Judd through me to pick up the said amount in one of the popular casinos in Metro Manila and to deliver it to the alleged group to buy the freedom of Peter's niece and husband plus of that of their companion, which Judd did successfully. Later on, I found that Peter also gave Judd another 1 million peso for some other reason. In total, I found out that Peter has given Judd around 5 million peso throughout the entire time until the senatorial election. We lost contact with Judd until after the election, just after the election. Now Judd is reported to be with Senator Lila de Lima again as their personal security again. Record of Judd coming to see me in MVP Building 14 has been found. Peter also has proof of Judd's claiming the amount of the 1 million peso in one of the popular casinos in Metro Manila, as well as the deposit slip of the said amount to Judd's account. I also helped Judd to acquire 5 kilos of shabu during the entire campaign period. I am executing this affidavit to attest the truthfulness and veracity of the foregoing facts and circumstances.
Thank you for that, Mr. Tan. Do you want to add anything to what you had already said and is contained in this sworn statement? Anything else that you
No.
want to add to this?
No,
Nothing?
nothing, not this moment, sir.
Now, may I just ask you, were you coerced, were you bribed, or were you threatened in executing this sworn statement and in your coming to this committee hearing to testify?
No, I'm not, sir.
So this is voluntary on your part?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So, Mr. Secretary,
Since all witnesses have been sworn in, I think all
we
those...
now call them in so that we can start with the interpellation.
That's right,
May
Mr.
I
Chair.
request the page or the security people to usher in the 4 other witnesses who testified earlier, and but since Mr. Tan is already here and the other resource persons are here, we can already start with the interpellation. So next on our list is Congressman Fortun, followed by Congressman Teves, and then
Mr. Chair, while the other witnesses are not yet around and they might be the persons who could answer the questions of Congressman Fortun, I'd like to make a manifestation from the committee, Mr. Chair. Being a member of the 16th Congress and a member also of the Committee on Justice, I looked into some records and documents in coordination with our committee secretary here in relation to the manifestation or the revelation of General Magalong and that of the PDEA, which are very credible and explosive. So that based on our records in the hearings of the Committee on Justice and the 16th Congress, it appears that the Director General of the PDEA for many times had written Director Franklin Bucayo, the former director of the Bureau of Corrections, and reiterated by a memorandum addressed to the Secretary of then Secretary of Justice, Secretary de Lima, requesting for the execution of a memorandum of agreement between PDEA and Bucor in order that PDEA could address the continuing issues and concerns in the proliferations of illegal drug activities inside the prisons and the other penal colonies. And the first letter of Director Kakdak was made last April 2, 2013. This was followed up on April 10, 2014. And then another memorandum dated November 27, 2014 addressed to Secretary de Lima requesting information on the status of the proposed MOA between PDEA and Bucor in order that PDEA will have now access and could have jurisdiction in the investigations in the proliferations of illegal drugs at the National Bilibid prison. Now, based on the records, although it was not acted that fast, on March 25, 2015, there was already that memorandum of agreement between the Bureau of Corrections and the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, dated March 25, 2015. PDEA here was represented by Director Kakdak. So may I hear from the PDEA representative, after the signing of this MOA, whether PDEA had exercised over the powers and the responsibilities afforded to them as provided in this memorandum of agreement, considering that in the testimony of the PDEA representative, in that particular raid that was conducted on December 2014, PDEA was left isolated except for the use of their K9.
Mr. Chair, ano po ba yung focus natin dito? We are here to interpolate kasi po we're concentrating on sworn statements. Ito po yung gusto namin sanang unahing tanungin habang nandito po yung mga witnesses.
Hinihintay pa po natin yung mga witnesses kanya pinagbibigyan po para wag
Kasi
masayang
baka
oras.
ma-confuse tayo. Merong manifestation
Hindi po.
dito, may manifestation doon. So maguguluhan na po kami
Hindi
rito.
po,
Ano
hindi
po
po
ba
tayo.
itatanong namin talaga?
Hayaan niyo pong problemahin po yan ng chairman. Ako po
Ayaw ko pong mamroblema kayo, Mr. Chair, dahil kaibigan ko po kayo. Alam niyo
kanya
naman
nga
yun.
po, kanya yung proceedings po natin, ipamahala niyo po sa akin na wala pa po yung mga tao, kanya pinagbibigyan po natin ng mga oras na ito. Meanwhile, the floor is with Vice Chair Uaminal. Bago niyan, can we hear just a clarification from PDEA kung ano na po nangyari dito sa MOA na ito?
Your Honor, after the execution of the Memorandum of Agreement between the Bureau of Corrections and the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, every time that there is a Greyhound operation conducted in the New Bilibid prison, Your Honor, our K9 dogs are being requested. So that's our participation, Your Honor.
Well, in the Memorandum of Agreement, your participation should not only be limited to the use of your K9. You were given some sort of jurisdiction or some sort of authority to enter into the NBP for purposes in relation to your functions and mandate of the agency.
But Your Honor, in so far as PDEA is concerned, that's what the request during Greyhound operation, Your Honor, is only limited to the K9 use of in the Greyhound by the New Bilibid prison, Your Honor.
Yeah, but this MOA was already entered after the raid. So we would like to know whether your agency has complied or has done your duties and responsibilities as provided in this Memorandum of Agreement. Because the last statement that we heard from you is that PDEA, considering the absence of this Memorandum of Agreement, has not been into the jurisdiction of looking into the proliferations of illegal drug activities in the National Bilibid prison.
The role of the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, Your Honor, under the MOA were specified, Your Honor. And on paragraph 2E thereof, assist the Bucor in counterintelligence and investigation, especially with regard to any Bucor officers, personnel suspected charged of involvement in illegal drug activities. So, merely assistance, Your Honor, and under letter D, when requested, assist the Bucor in anti-drug operations. So, but based on what I gathered from our office, Your Honor, the request so far that PIDEA received was only for the use of the canine dog, Your Honor.
Okay, last question. Now with the present new leadership of the PDEA and new leadership of the Bucor, is this memorandum of agreement has been taken into consideration?
Yes, Your Honor. With the new leadership of the Bucor, Your Honor, PIDEA is always involved in the Greyhound operation being conducted at the National Bilibid Prison.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much. Are the witnesses now seated? Yan na, okay na?
Mr. Chair, it's point of clarification now.
Kong Paduano, what is
Mr. Chair, since Deputy Director Ragos and Agent Tablin of the NBI is here in this hearing, can we also invite them, since the two witnesses, as pointed out in their testimony, pointed Deputy Director Ragos and Ablin.
May we know if Director Ragos and Mr. Ablen are here?
We were informed, or we thought, that they are no longer needed because they have been examined yesterday. So,
Okay, so anyway,
they are not here.
Kong, wala na po yung dalawa. So anyway, we will, if need be, then we will require them to be present again in subsequent hearings after